Hey guys, it's Stephen here. Welcome back to another match preview as Manchester City welcome Leeds United to the Etihad Stadium tomorrow in the return after that game which feels like a different season ago now. The 1-1 draw at Ellen Road back on the 3rd of October. After that game, City finally welcome Leeds back, hopefully to show them this time how much we've actually improved. Today, I'm going to run through all the team news, look a little bit at Leeds, as you know by now, try and predict the team and try and guess the score and all that usual stuff, because this is a very interesting game. It's an interesting game because Manchester City's fixtures and form at the moment is very, very precariously balanced, and not because we're doing anything wrong, just because we've got a heck of a schedule ahead of us. Now, we've got Leeds tomorrow, of course, after playing Dortmund the other day and winning 2-1, but we've got the second leg to consider against Dortmund on Wednesday, meaning we have to balance the squad. Then after that as well, we've got a FA Cup semi-final away at Chelsea, which isn't going to be easy at all. We're not away at Chelsea. It's obviously at Wembley Stadium, but we are the away team. We're going down to London, if that makes sense. So we've got Chelsea in the semi-cup finals. Then we've got Aston Villa after that. Obviously, it's only a league game, and that's kind of wrapped up. But only the week after that, we've got a final. A final in the Carabao Cup, so it isn't easy, and we obviously have to kind of project ahead and look at all these games and try and work out a way to make sure that certain players aren't overtired, and we still find a way to keep the focus and keep the fitness up and all that kind of stuff, because it isn't straightforward, and I do not envy Guardiola's task in this. But either way, this Leeds game should be interesting. We have comfortably the best home record in the Premier League this season, picking up 38 points from 16 matches, whereas Leeds, though, have a decent away record, winning 7 games away from home, which is the same as Spurs, West Ham United, Liverpool and Chelsea. So they've got a decent record on the road. Guardiola makes no illusions how difficult this could be, though. He said about Leeds United, "I know how tough it will be tomorrow, but hopefully we are prepared to compete because a part of this. We are 3 games away to be Premier League champions, and tomorrow we have another opportunity to make a bigger step. We faced them here, how difficult it was, and tomorrow will not be an exception. The quality of the manager and the backroom staff showing the position of the table, being promoted last season and already safe, they have done incredibly well," which is true. They're currently sat, where are they in the table? They're currently sat 11th. Same on points as Arsenal in 10th, but obviously a poorer goal difference because they've shipped quite a few goals this season, which is one of the reasons gives me a little bit of hope. We create chances, they can see goals, though they are good going the other way. Especially if a certain man plays, we will be particularly good going the other way. Guardiola was talking about Kevin De Bruyne. And on 10 years of Kevin De Bruyne, he said it's not normal, but some players are not normal. We're delighted. Hopefully more players can join in this position. I can talk for myself. I've been here for 5 years and will be here for 2 more in principle if the situation goes well. He was also very complimentary as well about Ruben Diaz. He said he's been so important so far. We still have 2 months, but he's been so important with clean sheets and leadership and the quality that he has played. Indeed, he has. And obviously, it's great news about Kevin De Bruyne. I've done extensive videos on that, talked about it quite a lot. Kevin De Bruyne for 10 years. What a time to be alive. In terms of the team news, well, basically it's as you were really. Once again, we have a fully fit squad. Nathan Ake, I'm sure. Nathan Ake, baby. I have to sing it every single time. Nathan Ake, baby, will, I'm sure, be chomping at the bit to get some minutes eventually. It could be tomorrow. It could even be in the early kickoff tomorrow. The one thing I do know is that I'm sure we probably will ring the changes for the clash this weekend, given the games coming up. The Academy lads have been training as well, by the way. I saw plenty of Academy lads in training, which was interesting for me. I do wonder if he's planning to do something crazy. He probably isn't, but the likes of Delap, Cole Palmer, McAtee were all there, as well as a few under-18s. Probably there for tactical reasons to make up the numbers as City tried certain things. But either way, it was good to see him there. And who knows, maybe we'll see a surprise or two, which does lead me nicely onto the lineup. Plot spoiler, I am not predicting a surprise or two. I am predicting, though, a vastly changed lineup because I think that's essentially important and relatively inevitable. Ederson is in goal, of course. That's the one reliable thing there that we can't really... it's easy. It makes us easy to predict because Ederson obviously is going to be in goal because he obviously is going to be in goal. I couldn't decide between Walker and Cancelo at right back here. I spent a lot of time thinking about it. So I went and eventually with Kyle Walker. I think Kyle Walker will start this one. Then alongside him, I think we could see someone like Garcia play. We could see Ake play. But I think it'll be John Stones and Merrick Laporte will come back into it. I think Ruben Diaz will sit this one out because Diaz has played a lot of football recently and he's a talisman and we don't need him for this game. And it could be Zinchenko at left back, but at the same time, I think Mendy will carry on. Mendy was good against Fulham and I've got a feeling he will get another start here. He'll get the nod and he'll get a nod to play well. Fernandinho, I put there in midfield. I would not be surprised if it was Zinchenko, actually. That's my left field shout. Zinchenko maybe to get a start in midfield because I feel like Fernandinho could be useful, especially against Dortmund in particular, against someone like Bellingham, who was all legs and energy. But Fernandinho, I put down to start anyway, with Rodri resting this one. Ahead of them, I have gone for Bernardo and Gundogan, which does actually mean for me Kevin De Bruyne will be rested, which I think makes an awful lot of sense. And I've also gone for Phil Foden resting as well, by the way, because those two definitely deserve it. Likewise, Bernardo and Gundogan, but we're going to have to play certain players. It could be something crazy. We could see maybe Cole Palmer get a game or something like that, but I don't know. Ahead of them, I have gone for Jesus and Sterling out wide, with Mahrez getting a little bit of a rest and Jesus starting out wide with Aguero through the middle. Again, I think he will play Aguero through the middle. Hopefully Sergio plays well. Hopefully Sergio shows just how good he can be and how he can be useful towards the end of the season. But I do think he'll start Aguero like he did against Fulham because why not, I guess, is the simple answer, really. We don't need anything particularly special. We've got this points buffer, currently 14 points, though United do have a game in hand. But I think we will be relatively relaxed about our position, and I think Aguero will play this due to rotation, with Foden, Mahrez and De Bruyne all getting a little bit of a rest. It could be Ferran Torres, by the way, over on the right. That's not something to kind of ignore. Maybe Delap, who knows? I don't think so, but who knows? That would be lovely, wouldn't it? But that is the team I'm going for. It could be vastly different. I mean, I'm expecting a whole bunch of changes tomorrow at Manchester City. To take it seriously, but at the same time look ahead to the games that are unquestionably more important. In terms of Leeds United, well, it's been a good season for Leeds overall. They have established themselves as a solid mid-table Premier League team, capable every now and then of beating a very good team, but also capable of shipping a whole lot of goals against a variety of teams, if I'm being totally honest. They have got a good side though, Leeds, and they have impressed people this year. They are in decent-ish form. They did lose loads of games in February, but they bounced back a little bit in March. They beat Sheffield United last time around 2-1 and Fulham 2-1 before that. Got a good solid point against Chelsea at the time when Chelsea were flying a little bit. They did lose to West Ham before that, and lost to Villa before that. Beat Southampton 3-0, lost to Wolves though, lost to Arsenal. So they've been very up and down. Their form is basically, they've been very mid-table really, which is what you'd expect from a mid-table side, I guess, which makes sense. Beating anyone, they're beating no one at the same time. In terms of their actual team, no Jack Harrison obviously will be a blow for them. We are his parent club, so he can't play against us apparently, so that's a blow for them. Not that I'm complaining, because he's a good player and I don't want him anywhere near us. Though they have got Rafinha, who's been one of the breakout players this season, been excellent for Leeds, and of course Patrick Bamford's having one of the seasons of his life. And then they've got good players like Costa and Phillips and so on, and Eiling, and they've got decent players basically that will cause us some potential trouble. And of course, they've got Marcelo Bielsa, who's a manager that Guardiola massively respects. Guardiola said about Bielsa, a guy who respects the opponent, who plays for fans, who just wants to play for victory, home or away, and convinces the players to follow him. I recognise the best. People say he doesn't win titles, but give him Manchester City squad and he'd win titles, which is very humble of Guardiola there. And maybe he's got some of it to that, man. Maybe he has. Look at when he had the best squad in the Championship. Look what he did there. So maybe he would do better with the resources Manchester City have got. Either way, Guardiola is a big fan of him and also a big fan of Leeds. He went on to say, I'm pretty sure they deserve completely what they got so far. I admire a lot of things they do, especially how they behave on the pitch. It doesn't matter the opponent or the competition. It's a completely different game to what we've played so far. They demand you to do something that you aren't used to. At the same time, it's a challenge. We are so close. We need 3 wins and 1 draw to win the Premier League. And when you play at home, it's another opportunity. It's between important games between Dortmund, which is true. And I think we should be confident because we're our better side than them. Leeds have conceded as well, by the way, the most goals from set pieces in the Premier League this season, which I'm going to say could be a very big thing for us given our delivery and given the likes of Diaz and Stones getting their big heads on big crosses this season, so maybe there's an opportunity there. But one thing we will know from Leeds is that they will play they'll play with high intensity, they will play organised, they'll play consistently, and they're a very good side, and we need to be very, very on it. I'm still confident though. I still think we've got a little bit too much from them, and they're very much in the stage of the season now where they've got very little to play for. They're probably not going to get European football. Let's have a look at the table once again. They're not. They're like 7 points behind 7th place, so they've got no chance of catching that, in my personal opinion. And they are miles safe as well from relegation, so they are just kind of hovering around mid-table now, getting the job done. And of course, though, it is a big game for them, so they'll be confident, or they'll be up for it at least to try and make an impression. But you have to be confident with this Manchester City side, because why wouldn't you? Because we win pretty much every game we ever play, and that's not even controversial. It's literally a statistical fact at the moment, apart from one in like 28 or something like that. Either way, I am pretty confident. I'm going to go for Manchester City to win this one. I am going for 3-1 Manchester City. I think we may concede in this one, but I do think we'll push away at the end and have a relatively comfortable victory. Hopefully Sergio to score. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? For now, guys, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much to my Patreon producer, Ahmed Al-Ali. And also, big love to all the patrons currently scrolling down the side of the screen. If you're watching this certain individual, I've got a Patreon shout out coming out for one person soon. Haven't forgotten. It'll be up very, very soon, I promise you. For now, though, go watch the videos I've done this week. There's been loads of them, of course. And for now, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along.